Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save. Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
From horses to hunting, Carhartt to Carolina, 2 wheels or 4, from Timberland Pro to playing in the snow. What do all these people have in common? They shop at Locust Grove Country Shop in Apollo. Call 724-478-1846 or online at locustgrovepa.com.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock, and on Sunday, for the first time since the Miracle on Ice in Lake Placid, the United States took gold in men's Olympic hockey, echoing a gold medal victory by their women's team just days earlier. Later tonight, we will salute those with Pittsburgh ties who made those moments possible. Each of them played amateur hockey locally, which was essential to fine-tuning their skills. But many of their Olympic teammates also played high school hockey, just like the players you'll be watching here tonight, where they learn to develop those skills and also learn the values of teamwork, resilience, and community pride. With that in mind, PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV is proud to return to the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, Pennsylvania for round 1 of the 2026 Class A Penguins Cup playoffs between the 4th-seeded Blackhawk Cougars in white and the 5th-seeded Plum Mustangs in purple. Well, for all the unpredictability of playoff hockey, especially in Class A, where 5 of the last 6 champions of the Penguins Cup have been first-timers, of this much we're certain. A long drought of some kind is going to end here in the South Hills tonight. The Cougars, coached by Rob Hawthorne, who took over for Jim Hoffer beginning this season, have made the playoffs for 3 consecutive seasons. They are still seeking, however, their first playoff win of the PIHL era. The Plum Mustangs won the first ever Class A Penguins Cup when it was awarded back in 1989. They have not won a playoff round in Penguins Cup play since 2017 when they hoisted the Class 2A PIHL Penguins Cup. One of these teams will face either Cannon McMillan or Mars, the divisional champions of Class A, in the quarterfinal round. But first things first, let's look at the first rounders. for the Mustangs in purple. You see goaltender Brody Gribben, the sophomore, warming up off to our left. Gribben, the probable starter for head coach John Gratton from the Plum class of 09 in his third straight year leading the varsity Mustangs. Offensively, the Mustangs have been keyed by the play of number 19 in purple, the all-star A.J. Leah, the junior and alternate captain with 15 goals and 34 points on the regular season. 5 goals in his last 4 regular season outings. He's a career point per game player, just over a point per game, in fact, in 56 career PIHL varsity games. The Blackhawk Cougars are captained by their own all-star, Finn Conlon, number 11 in white, who warms up in the mix somewhere off to our right. Conlon, the senior forward, with a team-best 19 goals and 34 points of his own. 7 points for Conlon in his last 3 regular season outings to lead the Cougars. Blackhawk ended the regular campaign winners of 4 straight, including a dramatic overtime win over Indiana at S&T Bank Arena on the 19th of February. They've won 5 of 6 overall, and like the Mustangs, they seem to be peaking at the right time. Plum, also winners of 4 straight PIHL games, and 13 of their last 14 overall. The only blemish during that stretch was a loss to last year's Penguins Cup champion, the Avonworth Antelopes. Blackhawk bowing to the eventual champs in last year's first round. Plum also looking to erase memories of a forgettable first round outing a year ago, getting blanked by North Hills at the Pittsburgh Ice Arena. And playoff game number 1 of 2 here in Class A at the Ice Castle is just moments away from getting underway. Blackhawk, 42 points on the regular season, 15 wins, 12 of them coming in regulation. Good for the number 4 seed out of the Class A Blue Division. Plum, 39 points, 14 regular season wins, 11 of them coming in regulation. Good for 39 points and the number 5 spot out of the Class A Gold Division. Brinton and Hendry, the USA Hockey crew, on duty for game 1 tonight. Not the first time we've seen Todd Hendry referee a high-stakes scholastic or amateur game locally. Both teams undoubtedly in capable hands here this evening. You got to look at Brant Gribben over there. His counterpart will be Blackhawks Ironman Matt Hoffer, the senior all-star, a 2-time all-star, and the only goaltender in Class A to log over 1,000 minutes of regular season ice time. And the 2026 Penguins Cup playoffs are underway, with the Cougars moving the puck from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. The Mustangs quickly bring it across the attacking line. Colby Bardos forcing the first save from Hoffer. Long rebound out to center. In stride, Dom Giaconti leading for Conlon. Conlon right into the glove hand of Gribben. End-to-end action right off the first shift. Gribben 10-5, 320 GAA during the regular season, 881 save percentage, averaging just around 24 saves per game as John Gratton's starter. And Gribben had been a bit off his game down the stretch, but certainly looked good in the regular season finale for the Mustangs, earning a victory at West Allegheny back on the 19th of February. And he'll be called into action plenty tonight, I'm sure, as Plum operates below the Blackhawk goal line from the side of the net. Leah firing off the body of Hoffer. The rebound, finding metal but not mesh. Alex Ladon, the other all-star and alternate captain, also a junior for the Mustangs. Colby Bardos trying to escape the Cougars sandwich, as it were, in the corner. It comes around the boards. Jack McKnight defensively for Blackhawk. Plum continues to force the issue until finally it's sent to center by Saika. It'll go the length of the ice, in fact, for an icing call on the Cougars, a minute and a half in. And we get another look at Matt Hoffer. 15-5, second most wins in Class A by a goalie during their regular season. Top 10 in goals against and save percentage, .269 and .906 respectively. Hoffer, a career .911 save percentage as a varsity netminder. From inside his own line, Bryce Leeper plays it up the near side, intended for Conlon. Giacondi giving chase. Plum gets there first. Leeper keeping it in, and that took a bounce toward Gribben, but went wide. Giacondi from the boards, trying to beat all the purple jerseys in his path. Easier said than done, as that puck is retrieved by Matt Amon and iced by the Mustangs early in a scoreless first period. These two teams did not meet during the regular season, and that is pro forma in the Class A Penguins Cup tournament. The first round seeding is traditionally cross-divisional. And the regular season scheduling in Class A of PIHL for the past several years has been intra-divisional. Out to center, intended for Scott Pushik, coming off a 2-goal effort against West A, but it goes beyond his purview for icing. Danny Ostrom wins it for the Cougars. Sent toward the corner. Blackhawk settles it down. McKnight putting it off a skate. That of Ladon, and out of action. Now, we saw McKnight actually score a pretty big goal for Blackhawk in an earlier win over Montour this season. Hadn't scored a goal since December of 23 prior to that. Mustangs control the own zone faceoff, but they have trouble exhausting their area. Joey Massarelli tied up in the corner. Connor Riley trying to provide support, and he gets it free to Ladon. Ladon poke-checked in front of his goaltender Gribben, but persists. Ladon over the line, has some company in Pushik. Ladon from an angle off the side of the net. Hoffer protecting the near post well. Tyler Saika normally wears the alternate captain's A, tonight wearing the C for Rob Hawthorne. Watching this puck bounce in on goaltender Hoffer, who will cover. Conlon against Leah, and this one belongs to Conlon. Blackhawk turns it over. Near side for Plum captain Max Keller. Points in 11 straight for the junior defenseman. Keller from the near boards, plays it back to center, but right to Grant Schroeds. Schroeds from distance fires it wide of goal. JT DeRose stood up. The Plum student section letting DeRose hear it as Blackhawk regroups at center. Keller chips it to the corner around Leeper. Those two interacting behind the net as it comes free to Anthony Smith. His shot blocked. Schroeds appear to get in the way of that. Kept in the line by Smith over the outstretched hand of Hoffer. LaDon from the boards. LaDon around Grady McMahon, the freshman. Mustangs toward goal. LaDon on his backhand. Hoffer the save, trying to control the rebound, and eventually does, lying on his side to smother that loose puck. LaDon, the first man to this puck, floats it on goal, and it's held by Hoffer. So we'll do it from the opposite face-off circle this time in Cougar territory. Syka up and out. LaDon from center red. Will Amon plays it in the general direction of Hoffer before the Cougars get it back to the neutral zone. 5 minutes into a scoreless first period. Tyler Bardos knocked down at center by McKnight, but keeps on keeping on. Alex Amon to the corner for brother Will. Will working behind the Blackhawk net. Down low for Tyler Bardos. Bardos in front. Slap shot wide of goal. Will Amon unable to put it on target. Tyler Bardos, his shot blocked. Maddox Modro, the junior, got a stick in the way of that as the Cougars ice it. Keller from center to the corner. Leaper up the boards. And it comes back inside the Mustangs line. Up now for Harchick. Trey Harchick in his first varsity season for the Mustangs. Massarelli trying to use the boards to his advantage and feed Riley. Josh Cremines, the rookie, interrupting the pass, and Blackhawks going to ice this puck one more time. Cougars, number 8 in team defense during their regular season, 54 goals against. Plum, just outside the top 5 in Class A, 23 teams in all in team offense with 99 goals as a unit. Which one's going to blink first? Off the draw, Hoffer the save on the snapshot by Colby Bardos. And Bardos has had quite a hot hand himself. 9 points for him over his last 3 games. Out in front it comes again. That shot broken up. Floated wide of goal by Smith. Kept inside by LaDon. Bouncing toward goal, and Hoffer read it just in the nick of time. LaDon trying to create space. Leah from the edge of the circle. That save made by Hoffer. The rebound cleared, but again not out. LaDon upstairs. Deflected in! Colby Bardos tips it in behind Hoffer. The Mustangs take the 1-0 lead, and I like to stop at the duty-free shop. Bardos with his stick in the right place at the right moment to give Plum the lead. Right in front of Hoffer for his first of the playoffs and 15th overall as a junior at Plum. Giacondi overlooking that puck at center, backed up by Bryce Leaper. Mustangs try to bring it out from behind their own goal, but it's turned over. Schroeds couldn't get it to his forehand, forced outside the zone by the goal scorer, Colby Bardos. Plum taking the 1-0 lead over Blackhawk in this Class A Penguins Cup Round 1 game. Conlon Dispossessed just beyond the blue line. Amon playing it inside the zone. And now the Cougars will ice it legally as Matt Amon gets there for the Mustangs. Not one, not two, but three brothers by that surname on this year's Plum varsity squad. Speaking of which, here's Will Amon, met in the corner by Saika. Saika, a talented playmaker for the Cougars of late. 5 points in his last four, 13 assists overall as part of Rob Hawthorne's leadership group. Modro looking for that puck in the corner, supported by Conlon. Around the boards for Saika. Schroeds sends it the length of the ice, and midway through period one, it's icing on Blackhawk. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Yes, log on to watch.tenband.tv and see multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, watch.tenband.tv. And don't forget to download the new, always free TenbandTV app to your smart TV, available now on Roku and Amazon Fire. Ladon's shot from the point off a stick, that of Conlon, as we get a stoppage in play. Officially, it's Colby Bardos with a tip-in goal from Alex Ladon. Ladon, the Pittsburgh Vengeance AA hockey product, contributing for the Mustangs here in period one. Shoulder check by Leaper behind the net. Pushick in the corner, withstanding that hit from Giacondi. Hoffer, the clean kick save. Leaper up the far boards, collected by Conlon at center. To a wide open Giacondi. Giacondi from the off wing, denied easily by Gribben. Connor Riley with a dump in. Plum changing behind the play. Cougars trying to pick up the intensity on the back check. Plum wins the puck battle, however. Leah from the corner gets rid of it to Massarelli. Massarelli met by Conlon. Leah trades places with him. A delayed one-timer turned aside by Hoffer. Saika quickly around the boards and beyond the reach of Cooper Keister. It will not be icing per this USA Hockey crew. McKnight trying to work it out in front, but it comes right to the stick of Keller, who tries to lead it to Colby Bardos. Bardos dispossessed by Leaper. Keister unable to enter the zone, and Keller will float this puck to the Ice Castle logo at center. McKnight run over at the end of his shift as it's deposited near corner. Mustangs going for another quick change, leading by a goal and a penalty coming up. An offensive zone penalty to boot. That won't make John Gratton the least bit happy, or any coach for that matter, who sees his team commit an offensive zone infraction. But the first penny power play of this year's Penguins Cup playoffs belongs to the Blackhawk Cougars in a one-goal game. Will Amon, the guilty party for tripping. Cougars looking for some resilience here. Just 2 of their last 18 on the power play to close out the regular campaign. Leaper to Saika. Saika underneath the glove hand of Brody Gribben. Smith unable to clear. Syka right point. Trying to set up Schroeds, but it's sent the length of the ice by Anthony Smith. Plum, middle of the pack, more or less, on the penalty kill. 73.8%, 13th in the 23-team circuit. Offside Blackhawk. Cougars on the penny power play this season, 19.1%, 14th overall. And special teams was a real bugaboo for them in last year's playoff defeat. They were scoreless on 4 power play chances of their own and surrendered 4 power play goals to the Lopes. Trying to rewrite the script here tonight. Leah with a steal. AJ Leah pressing shorthanded. And he'll just take more time off the penalty clock midway through the minor penalty on Will Amon. Ostrom across the line, trailed by Conlon. Mustangs clear it again. Unassuming play by Liam McMahon, the sophomore, and a hit in front of the Plum bench. McKnight took the worst of that one. Schroeds with a steal. Schroeds behind the cage. Wraparound try, played in front. Oh, what a stop there by Brody Gribben. Ostrom had the look. He took the shot, but it was not to be. Under 40 to go now on the man advantage for the Cougars. Final 5 minutes of period 1 with Plum up by 1. They work it up to Syka. Syka to the corner. Schroeds up top to McKnight. McKnight back to Grant Schroeds. Schroeds firing from an angle. That's blocked. Schroeds gets the rebound back, but threw it behind Syka. One last chance maybe if the Cougars can regroup quickly. Syka across for Giacondi. Giacondi to the corner. He set up Blackhawks' only playoff goal in 2025. And now he's trying to work this puck loose at the end of the penalty to Amon, which Plum has effectively killed. Keller stood up behind the net. Leaper keeps it inside the line for Blackhawk, and Gribben will play that one conservatively. Both teams making changes before this face-off. Mustangs win the own zone draw as one of the Cougars lost an edge. That was Aiden Elder, the sophomore. Riley with a dump in. Leaper, the first man of that puck for Blackhawk. On to Keister and sent back in by the Mustangs. Leaper brings it over the attacking line. Leaper with the dump in. Massarelli gets the puck deep for Plum. Mustangs complete the change. Ladon from the point. That's swallowed by Hoffer. And the Cougars clear it in the nick of time. McMahon, his centering pass blocked off. Schroeds off the near boards and right to Ladon. One touch by McMahon. Knocked down by Alex Amon, but played aside skillfully by Syka. Will Amon getting that puck deep. It takes a strange bounce right to Josh Cremines. Hofer protecting that near post again. Lead pass intended for Schroeds. Schroeds trying to get there first, but Keller does instead. Giaconti from an angle. Gribben with that save. Last couple minutes of first period play. Blackhawk has to retrieve this puck from the far corner. Modro for Saika, his defensive partner. Keller ahead for Bardos. Tyler Bardos and A.J. Leah trying to get back onside for Plum. That'll allow Modro to play it off the glass and back to center. Bardos from the off wing. That save made by Hoffer. The rebound is still available but controlled by Blackhawk. Played erroneously into the home bench late in period one. Mustangs win the face-off. Leah from the left circle. That one's blocked from an angle, and it comes eventually right to Matt Hoffer. Hoffer, 27 saves in that regular season finale for the Cougars. 27 saves in last year's playoff contest, oddly enough. At the current pace, he's well on his way to matching that. Will Amon sending it behind the Blackhawk goal. Amon gets it right back. Dropping for McMahon. McMahon from an angle. Hoffer the save with 33 ticks to talk. Cougars with a clean face-off win. That deflected off one of the Mustangs' helmets and went up into the stands. I think it was Alex Amon who took that one off the noggin. And the Cougars win another one, this time flipping it safely to center ice. Final 20 seconds of the period. Two-line pass intended for Conlon. It is not icing. Conlon gets to the rebound, unable to play it out in front. Conlon recovers. Conlon to the side of the net. Schroed's firing. Gribben caught a piece of that as it ricochets all the way back to the Blackhawk line. And that'll do it for the first period. The Plum Mustangs leading the Blackhawk Cougars 1-0 in round one of the 2026 Penguins Cup playoffs. You're watching it on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
horses to hunting, Carhartt to Carolina, 2 wheels or 4, from Timberland Pro to playing in the snow. What do all these people have in common? They shop at Locust Grove Country Shop in Apollo. Call 724-478-1846 or online at locustgrovepa.com.
Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, check out the late night happy hour Fridays and Saturdays 11 to 1 all month long for half off 20 delicious menu items and no cover charge. Visit crafthousepgh.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Matt Popchock back here trackside at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, where the side switch has occurred and the second period is underway between Blackhawk and Plum. The 4 seed out of Class A Blue and the 5 seed out of Class A Gold, respectively. Night 1 of the 2026 Penguins Cup playoffs, round 1 in Class A, as Brody Gribben makes that save. Plum ahead in shots after 1 period by a 12-3 count, and thanks to the stick of Colby Bardos, ahead where it counts as well. His tip and goal set up by Alex Ladon, the difference thus far. McMahon hits the brakes, fires on Hoffer. Hoffer out in front to pounce on that puck beyond the crease. Tyler Bardos to take this face off, won by the Mustangs. Smith couldn't handle the draw pass. Grant Schroeds right on top of him as he hustles to catch up to that puck inside his own territory. Cougars center it. Giacondi intended for Schroeds, who goes to work trying to bat it out of midair. No such luck. Giacondi out in front. Only Plum sticks there. Mustangs on the counter. Colby Bardos toward goal, and this time Hofer has it in that left hand. Rob Hawthorne getting a fresh unit out there for this defensive zone face-off. Mustangs control. Here's Smith from the high slot. That's blocked. Good gap control by Keister. Smith toward goal. That save made by Hoffer. And he fights off the rebound right to Leeper. Leeper pulls it around Tyler Bardos. Leeper skating wide. Bryce Leeper, poke check to the corner by Ladon. McKnight going after this puck. Smith with a step on him. Ostrom from his stomach trying to play it for the Cougars. And McKnight plowed over by Tyler Bardos as Plum comes back to center. Ladon dropping it for Alex Amon. He shoots. That's deflected wide. This time Tyler Bardos was looking for the redirect, and a penalty coming up early in the second period. This one's going against the Cougs. And it is Ostrom who will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Elbowing the indication. Plum to the penny power play for the first time in the postseason. 11th in Class A during the regular season. And that's their 85th power play drawn as a team this year. That's the most of all the Class A clubs. Plum converting at 22.6%, entering the playoffs. Blackhawk 11th on the penalty kill at 75.9% as it's batted back towards center by Schroeds. Massarelli retreating. Keller sends that puck wickedly around the boards. Centered in front for the Plum captain. Unable to redirect it on net. Leah firing wide of goal. Rebound comes right to Keller. To the corner for Bardos. Keller just able to keep it inside the line. Keller from distance, deflected wide by Colby Bardos. Bardos worked over by Saika behind the net. Leaper in the thick of the penalty kill for Blackhawk. This puck loose. Cougars batted up ahead. And Grant Schroeds completes the high stick on the puck call. Midway through the penny power play for Plum. McMahon on to take the draw. Kept inside the zone by Smith. Keller from the corner off a stick. Alex Amon flags it down in the far corner. Amon with room, firing off a body. McKnight absorbed that one as the Cougars get it inside Plum territory. Plum going right back to work with the dump in. McMahon from the half wall. Turns it over to McKnight. McKnight right down the middle. Final moments of the power play for Plum. Riley from his own line up to center. Leah on the attack for the Mustangs. Leah fighting for possession, but the Cougars get it back to center. Penalty almost over. Here comes Schroeds behind the defense. Schroeds knocked off balance. Good clean hit there by Smith. And the centering pass is errant. Cougars back to full strength as Saika goes to the corner to play it. Turned over to Leah. Leah to Bardos. Near side for Leah. Schroeds all over him. Smith with another keep in. To the vacant wing. Modro up for Conlon. And now back to center. Massarelli retrieving it for the Mustangs. Schroeds from the boards, trying to work it over to Ostrom, fresh out of the sin bin. Saika not able to keep it on side. Ostrom now running into Leah at Leah's own blue line. Bardos gets a step. Bardos bounces right back up, sends it out in front, and the pass wouldn't connect. Trey Harchick open for a heartbeat there at the side of the net. And that's off one of the Mustangs on the bench. Face-off will stay in Blackhawk ice. Josh Cormines going to work off the face-off for the Cougars in a one-goal game. Ahead for Jack McKnight. McKnight, right wing. Skates around Massarelli. Keller reversing the play, gave it away to Giacondi. Keller for Alex Amon. Amon couldn't handle the outlet pass. Mustangs will try again with Blackhawk completing a line change. Hard hit on one of the Cougars in Plum territory behind the play. That was Keister getting abused by Massarelli before the icing call there against the Mustangs. Plum controlling the face-off, having some trouble locating it before it's eventually poked back to center by Popchock. Schroeds in transition for Blackhawk. Schroeds pulls it to his forehand, trying to set up Conlon. It's knocked aside. Conlon couldn't get to the rebound. That puck pinballing around in front of the home bench. Mustangs send it up the boards. Leaper floats it inside the Plum line. Conlon forcing a kick save there by Gribben. Under 10 to go to the ice cut. Plum still with a 1-0 lead here in Class A Penguins Cup first round action. Another icing call on the away side. Ostrom to the boards. Controlled in the corner by Keller, but turned over to the Cougars. That shot from between the eyes by Logan Enders was interrupted and sent the length of the ice. Plum again going to take their chances with an own zone face-off. You never want to give up too many of those in a tight game, and still a lot of time left in this one. Even if you do have the personnel that can win you a lot of face-offs, you don't want to tempt fate. Blackhawk has to tag up. Smith to the corner. McKnight over skating. Colby Bardos ahead for Leah. AJ Leah fell down as he was trying to deke that puck. Cougars clear it. Gribben has to leave his net to play it and does so to Smith. Too far for Leah. Sent the opposite way by Modro. McMahon sends it around the boards for Plum. Giacondi can't clear it for the Cougars. Near side it comes to Keller. Keller around a man. Keller atop the circle, missing the top corner. Midway through this second period, Plum still with the 1-goal advantage, looking for more. McMahon behind the net. Mustangs completing a line change in the midst of things. Tyler Bardos. His centering pass broken up by Schroeds. That comes right to Giacondi. And Schroeds now in hot pursuit. Massarelli trying to get there. Schroeds, though, got to it first. Centering pass. Conlon missing the net. Tyler Bardos to the corner. Will Amon up the boards. Saika controlling this puck. And now the Cougars have to regroup one more time. Leaper towards center for Schroeds. Schroeds unable to touch that pass at center, and it's icing on Blackhawk. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Yes, that's right. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and see multiple live games and on-demand replays at once. Again, watch.tenband.tv. And don't forget to download the new, always free TenbandTV app to your smart TV, available now on Roku or Amazon Fire. That backdoor pass broken up at the side of the net. Good stick by Leaper. Ladon firing off a Blackhawk body and out of play. Looked like Cooper Keister stood between him and the net. Clean face-off win by the Mustangs. Massarelli right to one of the Cougars. That's Ostrom. LaDon retreating. Riley from the official's crease off a Blackhawk body. Schroeds around the boards. LaDon couldn't exit the zone. Near side it comes now to Andy Varengia. Varengia, another one of John Grattan's alternate captains during the regular season. On for the first time in the second period, and a couple of point-blank saves made there by Hoffer. As Keller, a correction, Riley was looking for a cheapie, and somebody's looking for a cheapie of a different kind now as players push and shove after the whistle. And Giacondi's going to go for Blackhawk. Giacondi's going to go for retaliating, it appears. I saw cross-checking indicated by one of the referees. Mustangs 0 for 1 on the penny power play. Colby Bardos' first period goal has been the only one they've needed thus far, but they've got a chance now for breathing room. Schroeds clearing that puck. Looked like he took a stick to the helmet after the face-off. Leah near side. A.J. Leah toward goal. Leah makes his move. Leah couldn't shoot it. That rolled off his stick at the last possible second. Break there for Blackhawk. LaDon to the corner for Colby Bardos. Back up top to LaDon. LaDon surveying the scene to Keller. Keller with a nifty maneuver. Behind the net now. LaDon to the corner. Cougars send it up the boards, and they force it to center. Schroeds ahead of the play. Schroeds with a chance to tie it shorthanded. He's denied by Brody Gribben. Keller right back across the line for Plum. Mustangs on the penny power play with just over 5 minutes to go to the ice cut. Gribben with a massive save there as the Cougars found themselves on a shorthanded breakaway. Leah through the left circle. A.J. Leah to the boards for Bardos. Kept inside by Keller. Keller floating it toward goal. Loose in front. Backhanded wide by Tyler Bardos. 30 to go on the penalty on Giacondi. Centering pass broken up. Bardos in front. Deflected in on Hoffer. Hoffer makes the save, and there is no rebound. Colby Bardos and Liam McMahon, the underclassmen, going to work in front for Plum on the power play. Hoffer on special teams here, keeping the Mustangs off the board. To the point for Massarelli. Sharp pass to Smith. Smith firing upstairs and just missing. Dying moments of the penny power play. Massarelli around for McMahon. McMahon looking for a passing lane. Finds Smith. Cross ice Massarelli. Massarelli quickly to the circle, cleared by Keister. Cougars back to full strength, and Plum resets. Alex Amon toward goal, deflected off Hoffer. And the rebound cleared by Giacondi. Massarelli pressured by Ostrom. Schroeds with a steal. Schroeds skating wide. He's knocked down. Play continues. Syka puts it into his own man. Giacondi has it now. Giacondi firing from long range, and that's held by Brody Gribben. Mustangs control it inside their own zone. Varengia unable to clear. Schroed sends it behind the net. Matt Amon anticipating. Gribben making that save on the shot from distance by Leeper. Pushick behind the net. Schroeds around near side for Conlon. Pushick going D to D with Amon. Lead pass now to Scott Pushick. Pushick skating wide, trying to center it. Good break up there by Leeper. Giacondi late in the second period for Blackhawk. Cougars still down by 1. Knocked aside by Gribben to the boards. Off the glass and back to center where Leeper has it for Blackhawk. Cougars in the middle of a change. Cremines going after it. Alex Amon trying to come up with a steal. McKnight up to Keister. Keister hit as he tried to play that puck. Mustangs in a delayed offside position. Ladon now incurs that offside call for Plum. He and Alex Amon not quite on the same wavelength. And the Mustangs are offside once more. Keller behind the net. Tyler Syka deflecting it off a Plum body. Massarelli to the corner now. Final moments of the second period in Castle Shannon. Plum with a 1-0 lead over Blackhawk in round 1 of the Penguins Cup playoffs. Massarelli on the off wing. Toward goal. Massarelli firing off Matt Hoffer, the Blackhawk netminder. Keller retreating. Stick check by McKnight. Massarelli near side. Up for Alex Amon. Amon around Modrow and through the goal mouth. Mustangs have it again. Leah out in front, cleared aside by the Cougs, and sent the length of the ice by Schroeds. Plum able to dummy the play and get the icing call with just under 55 ticks to talk in the second period. Schroeds up the near side. And Schroeds from a delayed offside position has to cut his losses, and the Mustangs will work it around their own boards with under 40 to go in the period. That outlet pass to nobody in particular except Grant Schroeds, and Schroeds will get the icing call against Blackhawk. Rob Hawthorne putting a fresh line out there for the face-off to Hoffer's right. Tyler Bardos from the corner. Final moments of the period. Taken now by Leeper. Bryce Leeper up the right wing with speed. Leeper from the corner. Leeper in front. Saved by Gribben. 8 seconds left. One last chance if the Mustangs can hurry, possibly. McKnight interrupting the play. And Bardos with a hit from behind on one of the Cougars. And let's see if that results in anything as the buzzer sounds. It looks like it will. And ostensibly, it looks like the Blackhawk Cougars will get a penny power play when period 3 begins, and we'll sort that out during the ice cut intermission as best we can. It remains 1-0 Plum Mustangs here in round 1 of the 2026 Class A Penguins Cup playoffs. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill. And Colby Bardos forcing the first save from Hoffer. Long rebound out to center. In stride, Dom Giaconti leading for Conlon. Conlon right into the glove hand. Action plenty tonight, I'm sure, as Plum operates below the Blackhawk goal line from the side of the net. Leah firing off the body of Hoffer. The rebound, finding metal but not mesh. Intended for Conlon. Giaconti giving chase. Plum gets there first. Leaper keeping it in, and that took a bounce toward Gribben but went wide. Danny Ostrom wins it for the Cougars. Sent toward the corner. Blackhawk settles it down. McKnight putting it off a skate. That of Ladon and out of action. Schroeds appear to get in the way of that. Kept in the line by Smith over the outstretched hand of Hoffer. Put it wide of goal by Smith. Kept inside by Ladon. Bouncing toward goal, and Hoffer read it just in the nick of time. Goal, and Hoffer read it just in the nick of time. Ladon trying to create space. Leah from the edge of the circle. That save made by Hoffer. The rebound cleared, but again not out. Ladon upstairs. Deflected in! Up the far boards. Collected by Conlon at center. To a wide open Giaconti. Giaconti from the off wing. Denied easily by Gribben. McKnight took the worst of that one. Schroeds with a steal. Schroeds behind the cage, wraparound try, played in front. Oh, what a stop there by Brody Gribben. Smith toward goal. That save made by Hoffer. And he fights off the rebound right to Leaper. Sent it up the boards. Leaper floats it inside the Plum line. Conlon forcing a kick save there by Gribben. Cougars. Near side it comes to Keller. Keller around a man. Keller atop the circle, missing the top corner. Midway through this second period, Plum still with the 1-goal advantage, looking for more. On for the first time in the second period, and a couple of point-blank saves made there by Hoffer. Leah near side. A.J. Leah toward goal. Leah makes his move. Leah couldn't shoot it. That rolled off his stick at the last possible second. Break there for Black. Behind the net now. Ladon to the corner. Cougars send it up the boards, and they force it to center. Schroeds ahead of the play. Schroeds with a chance to tie it shorthanded. He's denied by Brody Gribben. 30 to go on the penalty on Giaconti. Centering pass broken up. Bardos in front, deflected in on Hoffer. Hoffer makes a save, and there is no rebound. To the point for Massarelli. Sharp pass to Smith. Smith firing upstairs and just missing. Wide. He's knocked down. Play continues. Syka puts it into his own man. Giaconti has it now. Giaconti firing from long range, and that's held by Brody Gribben.
Do you need well or pump service for your home, farm, or business? Adams & Sons Pump Service in Canton has the experience and equipment to do the job right. Since 1954, Adams & Sons have offered well drilling, pump repair, water treatment systems, holding tanks, excavation, and drainage work. Plus, quality-built, dependable stainless pumps for all applications. Adams & Sons provides experienced, bonded, and insured professionals serving all of Ohio. Call 855-4MY-WATER or visit adamspumpservice.com.
Hey Yins guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, kielbasa, pierogies, and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer, a match made in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save. Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
From horses to hunting, Carhartt to Carolina, 2 wheels or 4, from Timberland Pro to playing in the snow. What do all these people have in common? They shop at Locust Grove Country Shop in Apollo. Call 724-478-1846 or online at locustgrovepa.com.
Do you need well or pump service for your home, farm, or business? Adams & Sons Pump Service in Canton has the experience and equipment to do the job right. Since 1954, Adams & Sons have offered well drilling, pump repair, water treatment systems, holding tanks, excavation, and drainage work. Plus, quality-built, dependable stainless pumps for all applications. Adams & Sons provides experienced, bonded, and insured professionals serving all of Ohio. Call 855-4MY-WATER or visit adamspumpservice.com.
From horses to hunting, Carhartt to Carolina, 2 wheels or 4, from Timberland Pro to playing in the snow. What do all these people have in common? They shop at Locust Grove Country Shop in Apollo. Call 724-478-1846 or online at locustgrovepa.com.
Hey Yins guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, kielbasa, pierogies, and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer, a match made in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Get in on the secret, get into a Cooler Beer. Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
From horses to hunting, Carhartt to Carolina, 2 wheels or 4. From Timberland Pro to playing in the snow. What do all these people have in common? They shop at Locust Grove Country Shop in Apollo. Call 724-478-1846 or online at locustgrovepa.com.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Get in on the secret. Get into a colder beer.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Looking for real 100% natural pain relief? Hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com.
Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, check out the late night happy hour, Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 1, all month long, for half off 20 delicious menu items and no cover charge. Visit crafthousepgh.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Matt Popchock back here at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon on night one of round one in the 2026 Class A Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill. Colby Bardos of the Plum Mustangs, the game's only goal getter through 2 periods, finds himself in the penalty box to begin period 3, roughing the official word after period 2 had expired. Blackhawk 0 for 1 on the penny power play. They had a good push in the second period. Plum out shooting the Cougars by a narrow 7-6 margin. And Blackhawk getting a couple of big penalty kills to this point as well, but not much to write home about other than the heroics and goal of Matt Hoffer. And that's certainly nothing new for Blackhawk fans. Plum controls the opening face-off of period 3, and we're back to play on the freshly cut ice here in the trackside rink. Bryce Leeper starts to break out. Cougars on the penny power play to begin the third. Leeper through the left circle. Stick check from behind by Max Keller, captain of his varsity team and of his amateur team, the S-Mark Stars, as well. Saika from center point. Near side Leeper. Leeper bowled over by Keller. Save at the side of the net by Gribben, denying Ostrom. Tyler Bardos running into Saika in the corner. Saika retaliates. Now Bardos run from behind by Leeper as this puck is deflected out of action. Both student sections now on their feet as it starts to feel more and more like a playoff game. Waiting in the wings, you saw for a moment there Kevin Quinn, the Quaker Valley head coach, the longest tenured coach in the PIHL, 30 years and going strong. He's been with Quaker Valley since he established the program in 1996, and his team will take on Greensburg-Salem in the Class A Penguins Cup Round 1 nightcap at around 9 o'clock here on TenbandTV. Kevin Quinn, brother of Dan Quinn, the former Pittsburgh Penguin, truly a pioneer of high school hockey in Western Pennsylvania. It is year 27 of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League. In that time, the Blackhawk Cougars have not earned a playoff win. The Plum Mustangs have not had to wait quite that long, but they have not enjoyed a playoff victory since they raised the Penguins Cup 9 years ago. One of those two things will change before this night is over. That kick save made by Gribben. Rebound Giacondi. That's turned aside but given right to McKnight. His shot deflected wide. Will Amon trying to mess with McKnight's mojo at the end of this power play. Loose in front and cleared. Plum 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Colby Bardos out of the box, and he takes the lead pass, keeps it on side. Trailing the play is Leah. Leah on his backhand. Leah to goal. Hoffer the save. The rebound jammed at. And Matt Hoffer finally able to cover as one of the Mustangs was knocked down by an angry Giacondi. Colby Bardos going to stay out here to take this face-off against Ostrom. To the right of Hoffer. Blackhawk eventually clears it. Ostrom and company through center. That's deflected off Will Amon. Matt Amon took that deflection. I stand corrected as the Mustangs move it up to center for A.J. Leah. Leah from an angle. Wide of the goal mouth. Keller forcing the save by Hoffer as that puck deflects all the way out of action. Tyler Bardos playing it to the corner. Keller surveying the play from center, flips it to the opposite corner now and goes in after his own dump in. McKnight run over by Keller as this puck is played defensively by Cremines. McKnight turning it over. Alex Amon keeps it inside the line. Cremines trying to retrieve it for Blackhawk. Behind the net for Will Amon. Tyler Bardos playing takeaway. Up to Will Amon. Deflected wide of Bardos. Plum working it around the perimeter, but Blackhawk is able to clear. Cougars changing on the fly. Bardos slowing down the stretch pass. Giacondi bounces back up as he tries to advance that puck. Plum going D to D. Ladon pivoting away from Grant Schroeds. Connor Riley from center to the corner for Popchock. Riley pinned against the boards. Mustangs working up top to Ladon. Ladon floating it toward goal off the glove hand of Hoffer. Ladon out in front, and that shot pass misfired by Riley. Mustangs from behind the net. They try the wraparound. Hoffer was ready. It deflects toward goal. It's still loose and finally covered by the Blackhawk senior. "22 saves and counting for Matt Hoffer. Blackhawk, meanwhile, still trying to crack the goose egg on which Brody Gribben sits at the other end. Leah reversing to McMahon. Colby Bardos with space and with speed. Bardos to goal. Score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Colby Bardos takes it coast to coast for his second of the night. And a big insurance goal for the Mustangs with 12:13 remaining. Bardos got behind Saika and was off to the races, went short side on Hoffer. Now they say the 2-goal lead is the most dangerous one to have in a hockey game. The way Plum is played in front of Gribben, however, they can make that 2-goal lead look like a mountain. Cougars have to roll up their sleeves and go to work here late in regulation with 12 minutes left perhaps in their season. Colby Bardos, his second of the night, goal number 16 overall. 11 points in his last 4 PIHL outings. Kept inside the line by Smith, but turned right over to Leaper. And the alternate captain plays it across the Plum line. Smith from the corner. And up it'll come now to Leah. Leah should get an assist on that second Bardos goal. We'll await the official word as it's sent around and just outside the area. Smith slowing it down at center for the Mustangs. Officially, they're saying Bardos from Leah McMahon, but I believe Leah eventually will get credited for an assist when all is said and done, as that snapshot from 70 feet goes right into the glove hand of Brody Gribben. And for McMahon, the sophomore, that's just his 7th career varsity point. His first one came right before Christmas earlier this season against Westmont Hilltop. Ladon off the defensive zone face-off win. To the corner for Matt Amon. Alex Amon shoved up high, wanting a call, none forthcoming. Ostrom. for McKnight. McKnight rubbed out at center by Alex Amon. Matt Amon up for brother Will. The triplets out here once again for John Grattan with his team up by a pair of goals. And that is Will firing wide. Ladon down low. Tyler Bardos, speaking of siblings, giving chase. Hoffer making that blocker save. Mustangs on the wraparound. Hoffer makes that stop. It's still loose. And a generous whistle as that puck was not fully covered, but this USA Hockey crew did lose sight of it, and so they blow the play dead, and we'll get a face-off in Cougar territory with just over 10 minutes to go in this third period. The Mustangs on top trying to wrap up their first Penguins Cup playoff win of any kind since their last championship victory at the Lemieux Complex in 2017 when they were members of Class 2A. Mustangs, if they do prevail here tonight, or if Blackhawk prevails for that matter, and rallies, would play either Cannon McMillan, the Blue Division winner, or Mars, the Gold Division winner, in next week's quarterfinal round. But again, a long way to go in this one. Keller, wide of goal. Schroeds to center. Schroeds over the attacking line now for Blackhawk, dropping for Conlon. Conlon taken out of the play by Riley. Giacondi retaliating. Leaper with space. Leaper to the goal. Save made by Gribben, and there is no rebound. Now, we said that Gribben at the very end of the regular season was a little off his game, but tonight he's found whatever game he had. Some big saves tonight to keep the Cougars off the board. McKnight to the point for Cremines. Off the skate of Keller. Bardos knocked down as Keller plays it deep in his own zone for Plum. McKnight sends it in behind the Mustangs goal. Colby Bardos to center for Leah. Leah sends it around the dasher. Leaper anticipating for Blackhawk. Turns it over to Leah. Leah's drop pass went by everybody, including Ostrom, who was trying to get a stick on it for the Cougars. Colby Bardos on hat-trick watch, trying to cross with brother Tyler. Tyler gets to the puck for Leah, in front for Amon. Will Amon not able to get a stick on that one. Midway through this third period. Blackhawk with it in their own zone, down by a deuce. Hard hit there on Ostrom, deep in his own zone. Keister couldn't avoid Ladon, now looking for the puck. It's sent deep by Alex Amon. Saika with a hit from behind on Tyler Bardos as the Mustangs get the puck deep. Smith from the point, that's deflected wide. Hoffer got a piece of that with his leg. McKnight, a little too far for Cooper Keister. Blackhawk changing on the go. Pushik on the off wing for Plum, chased by Saika. Pushik out in front. Ferengia trying to wrap it around Hoffer. Hoffer was wise to that. Leaper winning the battle behind his own net. Up for Conlon. Conlon too far for McKnight. And this is going to be icing on Blackhawk. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Yes, Log on to watch.tenband.tv and see multiple live games and on-demand replays at once. Again, watch.tenband.tv. And don't forget to download the new, always free, TenbandTV app to your smart TV, available now on Roku or Amazon Fire. Kick save made by Hoffer. His team, Blackhawk, like their opponent, Plum, entering the playoffs in fine form. Both teams had won 4 straight. Both teams were on hot streaks in the second half of the regular season, but only one can continue to play after tonight. 6:40 remaining, Plum up 2-0 on a pair of goals by Colby Bardos. Hoffer leaving it behind his net for Leaper. Colby Bardos generating the turnover. Is deflected in on Hoffer, and looking for it right in front was Keller. But the Cougars dodge that bullet, and they get this puck deep late in the third period. Blackhawk making a line change behind the play as Giacondi tries to play agent of chaos. John Gratton now wants to make a quick change as the Mustangs are guilty of icing. That save made by Gribben off the face-off. That was Modro pulling the trigger for the Cougars. Saika to the corner. McKnight leaving it behind the net for his captain. Colby Bardos for McMahon. Leah taken down. Play continues. Bardos trying to break free. Gets it up top to Massarelli. Massarelli fires wide of goal. Ladon. Now Leah fighting for it for the Mustangs. Saika stubbornly playing that puck, and he puts a shoulder into A.J. Leah, the Plum forward. The physicality picking up in the Blackhawk zone, but the Mustangs continue to have the lead, and they force another face-off deep in Blackhawk ice as emotions run a bit high. Keller around the boards and to the corner. Going after it is Will Amon. Cremines takes it away for the Cougars. Schroed's unable to chip it around Keller. Bardos, Tyler Bardos, couldn't advance it. Alex Amon right into the hand of Matt Hoffer, who will take that. Thank you very much. Hoffer doing everything he can between those pipes tonight to keep Blackhawk alive and keep their season alive, but the Cougars need to find a way to get a couple behind his counterpart, Brody Gribben. Time of the essence for the designated home team, which operates in the far corner. Cremines for Schroeds. Schroeds trying to leave it for Conlon. That play interrupted by Varengia. Varengia sends it to the corner. Leaper going after it. Plum playing a very patient game here, and you got to give them credit. Keller sending it down low. Leaper recollects it for Blackhawk. Ahead for Conlon. That pass broken up. Anthony Smith got a stick there. Both teams in the midst of a line change. Leaper flipping it through center. Matt Amon and Alex Ladon, the defensive pairing out here for Plum late in the third. Ladon with it for the Mustangs. Ladon from an angle. That save made by Hoffer. And at this point, you wonder how much longer that Blackhawk net will remain occupied. Something to keep an eye on as Hoffer covers outside the blue paint with 2:47 to play. That's off the rafters vis-a-vis Saika, and fortunately for spectators' sake, it does not cross the glass area. Take two on the face-off. This time it'll go to the corner. Both teams fighting for it. Leah comes away with it. Leah trying to force it in front. Pressured by Keister the entire time. Ladon toward goal. Hoffer saw that one somehow through all that traffic. Mustangs keep it in the zone. Leah and the Mustangs looking for perhaps a knockout punch here late in the third. Blackhawk brings it back to center. Danny Ostrom across the line. Lost the puck as he was trying to enter the circle. Colby Bardos met by Saika at center ice. Delayed offside against the Cougars. McMahon will take his time playing this puck for Plum with under 2 minutes left in regulation. Ladon over the line. Ladon for Will Amon. Amon skating wide. Conlon trying to slow him down any way he can. Those two pushing and shoving. Loose in front. Saika. Murphy dumping this puck back into Plum territory. Keller behind his net. McKnight couldn't come up with a steal. Schroeds keeps it inside the Plum line. Conlon only got it as far as Max Keller would allow him. Approaching the final minute of this first round game. Leaper hit after he got rid of that puck. Matt Hoffer still on and in goal for Blackhawk as the Cougars pick up this puck along the near boards. Ostrom to center for Leaper. Hoffer off. Extra attacker about to come on. The time really the enemy of the Cougars now, though. Leaper, the lone man back. Errant pass taken by Tyler Bardos. Tyler with it. Unable to pull it to his forehand. Half a minute remaining. Keller from the point. Off a stick. Loose in front. Pay the man, Shirley. This time, it's Tyler, the other brother, who puts this first round playoff game on ice for the Plum Mustangs. Tyler's first goal of the playoffs is an ENG. He now has goals in 7 straight for Plum, which leads 3-0. And wouldn't you know it, Colby and Tyler now with 16 apiece overall. The Mustangs are not just winning, they're twinning. Popchock out in front, and for the first time since their 2017 coronation, the Plum Mustangs can celebrate a win in the postseason. Hockey hugs for Brody Gribbin, who earns a first-round shutout of the Blackhawk Cougars with 15 saves in all. Your final score from the Ice Castle: Plum Mustangs 3, Blackhawk Cougars nothing. The Cougars see their season end with an overall record of 15 wins and 6 losses, 12 of those wins in regulation. The Plum Mustangs improved to 15-6, with 12 of those wins coming in regulation. And next week, the Mustangs will face either Blue Division champion Cannon McMillan or Gold Division champion Mars in the Penguins Cup quarterfinals. Thank you, Dustin Beck. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski. And thank you for watching and listening. And congratulations to Pittsburgh's Ava McNaughton, JT Miller, and Vince Trocheck, and to Penn's Elite's Hannah Bilka, Layla Edwards, and Gwyneth Phillips, our Olympic gold medalists, making us all proud Yinzers. Final score again, Plum 3, Blackhawk nothing. QV versus Salem is up next. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV. It's the Penguins Cup playoffs presented by Craft House Stage and Grill. And Colby Bardos forcing the first save from Hoffer. Long rebound out to center. In stride, Dom Giacondi leading for Conlon. Conlon right into the glove hand. Action plenty tonight, I'm sure, as Plum operates below the Blackhawk goal line from the side of the net. Leah firing off the body of Hoffer. The rebound, finding metal but not mesh. Intended for Conlon. Giacondi giving chase. Plum gets there first. Leaper keeping it in, and that took a bounce toward Gribbin but went wide. Danny Ostrom wins it for the Cougars. Sent toward the corner. Blackhawk settles it down. McKnight putting it off a skate. That of Ladon, and out of action. Schroeds appear to get in the way of that. Kept in the line by Smith. Over the outstretched hand of Hoffer. Put wide of goal by Smith. Kept inside by Ladon. Bouncing toward goal, and Hoffer read it just in the nick of time. Goal, and Hoffer read it just in the nick of time. Ladon trying to create space. Leah from the edge of the circle. That save made by Hoffer. The rebound cleared, but again not out. Ladon upstairs. Deflected in! Up the far boards. Collected by Conlon at center. To a wide open Giacondi. Giacondi from the off wing. Denied easily by Gribbin. McKnight took the worst of that one. Schroeds with a steal. Schroeds behind the cage, wraparound try, played in front. Oh, what a stop there by Brody Gribbin. Smith toward goal. That save made by Hoffer. And he fights off the rebound right to Leaper. Sent it up the boards. Leaper floats it inside the Plum line. Conlon forcing a kick save there by Gribbin. Cougars. Near side it comes to Keller. Keller around a man. Keller atop the circle, missing the top corner. Midway through the second period, Plum still with the 1-goal advantage, looking for more. On for the first time in the second period, and a couple of point-blank saves made there by Hoffer. Leah near side. A.J. Leah toward goal. Leah makes his move. Leah couldn't shoot it. That rolled off his stick at the last possible second. Break there for Black. Behind the net now. Ladon to the corner. Cougars send it up the boards, and they force it to center. Schroed's ahead of the play. Schroed's with a chance to tie it shorthanded. He's denied by Brody Gribben. 30 to go on the penalty on Giacondi. Centering pass broken up. Bartos in front, deflected in on Hoffer. Hoffer makes a save, and there is no rebound. To the point for Massarelli. Sharp pass to Smith. Smith firing upstairs and just missing. Wide. He's knocked down. Play continues. Saika puts it into his own man. Giacondi has it now. Giacondi firing from long range, and that's held by Brody Gribben. Saika from center point. Near side Leaper. Leaper bowled over by Keller. Save at the side of the net by Gribben. It is over. That kick save made by Gribben. Rebound Giacondi. That's turned aside by Kevin Wright to McKnight. His shot deflected a wall. Leah reversing to McMahon. Colby Bartos with space and with speed. Bartos to goal. Score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Colby Bartos takes it coast to coast for his second of the night. But I believe Leah eventually will get credited for an assist when all is said and done, as that snapshot from 70 feet goes right into the glove hand. Speaking of siblings giving chase. Hoffer making that blocker save. Mustangs on the wraparound. Hoffer makes that stop. It's still loose. And a generous whistle as that puck was not fully covered, but taken out of the play by Riley. Giacondi retaliating. Leaper with space. Leaper to the goal. Save made by Gribben. And there is no rebound. Matt Amon and Alex Ladon, the defensive pairing out here for Plum late in the third. Ladon with it for the Mustangs. Ladon from an angle. That save made by Hoffer. His forehand. Half a minute remaining. Keller from the point. Off a stick. Loose in front. Pay the man, Shirley. This time, it's Tyler, the other brother, who puts this first round playoff of the Blackhawk Cougars with 15 saves in all. Your final score from the Ice Castle: Plum Mustangs 3, Blackhawk Cougars nothing.